everybody and welcome back to Tailored Style. So on today's video, we're going to be talking about outrageous hair salon prices. Now this title is a little bit of a catfish, if you will, just because I'm going to be talking more about the breakdown of why hairstylists charge so much, where these prices come from, the makeup of it, and what it costs us and versus what we end up charging our clients. It's a big misconception that hair is a hobby or it is not a real profession or a real job. Hair is a $9 billion plus industry, and if it was not a real job, it would not be worth anything. People have literally made millions and millions of dollars off of hair and been able to support themselves and create amazing life and lifestyles for their families and their children and down to multiple generations of their lineage. Hair is an amazing tool and a platform. It's the art of expression and creativity on our own expression. Like it's one of the highest forms of art expression because we literally wear it around. And your stylist is much more than just a hairstylist. They are a creative, they are an artiste, and to me, their profession and our profession and field should be respected as such. Oftentimes, the world in social media makes it really hard to understand the concept of hair, and I feel like clients oftentimes see now, because of social media, these amazing platform artists, whether it be working for Reckin or the people that do celebrities or Guy Tang, Kim Kardashian stylists and makeup artists and hairstylists and all these people who make our world influenced and help influence our world through our celebrities, through hair color, through their platforms, through their businesses, no matter what degree or level or field, they are helping influence a generation and a culture in hair services. And oftentimes we see the product, but we never see the price or the breakdown. I know plenty of people who live or travel in Florida, California, New York, and go to some of these top dollar salons where people are paying thousands, yes, you heard me, thousands of dollars to get their hair colored and serviced. There is a hairstylist, I think that is the most expensive haircut in the U.S., who is actually from my hometown of Killeen, Texas, Ted Gibson, who charges over $2,000 a haircut just for a haircut. You heard me, just the haircut. It is a profession where we build a name off of our art and our expression. And so oftentimes when you live in a smaller town that has, like I do, people come to me and they want these services, or they show you a picture of these people's work, hoping for some type of inspiration or recreation of it. And oftentimes with a budget that's less than satisfactory to the work, the creativity, and honestly the product that goes into it. Hair services are normally, when you get into color servicing, are generally about 3 to 4 hours for most people. When you're talking about balayages, highlights, lowlights, overall colors, you're talking about 3+ hours spending with one person to achieve these goals. I personally am at a point in my career where I charge $75 an hour. So depending on much time we're spending with each other, depends on your bill. I refuse to give a concrete price on a service because I don't know what the time is gonna allow. I don't know what the product's gonna do when it's on your hair. Sometimes hair color always has a variable. I can gauge it, but sometimes we get in there and I'm like, oh, okay, this is more than I thought. And then also, depending on the desired look that you want, it may take multiple hours of sessions of lightning, of doing all kinds of stuff. And so for me, I found it better to charge an hourly rate so that way I'm not discounting or shortcutting myself. Also, the products we use are highly expensive. They've went up twice this year at our local beauty supply stores already. But it's still, every year adds up and everything adds up. And I think it's so frustrating, and I speak on the behalf of a lot of stylists, that we don't get the recognition or credit that we deserve for as much money as we put into our education, our products, and our facilities. Now, I'm a firm believer you should not be charging people crazy amounts of money for hair services if your establishment does not match it, if your education does not match it, and your performance and the product quality does not match it. You have to kind of stay in your price range. But if you are providing excellent service, excellent professionalism, and inviting atmosphere, and doing it at a reasonable time and making your client feel valuable and they know that they're going to get exactly what they asked for, then you should definitely be charging your worth. And the way that I always explain it, that a good friend of mine has always explained it, is it is cosmetic. We are not in an industry of necessity. Like getting your hair colored, no one ever said you needed a balayage. No one ever said you needed highlights. No one ever said you needed an overall color. What you need is someone to maintain your hygiene for your hair. Other than that, anything past a haircut to me is cosmetic. And just how Botox is cosmetic, lipo is cosmetic, lip fillers is cosmetic, tattoos are cosmetic, and people are willing to pay hundreds and hundreds and even thousands of dollars for those services. But when it comes to hairstyling, they find a reason to want to discount, cheat, barter, and diminish what we do as a profession. And I think that it's time that we shed a light on this subject, because I don't feel like hairstylists should be subject to feeling like they can't charge what they're worth. I've met so many stylists in my area that are like, I could never charge what you charge. Nobody would come to me. Oh my God, my clients would leave me. And I feel so bad for them that they're not doing anything different than what I'm doing, but yet making significantly less off of their hard work. And if not even working even harder to make as much as I'm making off of my clients. I have a reputation in my town for being expensive or costing too much. Literally, I hear it all the time, and I don't care. I really don't care what people think about my prices, because the people who pay them feel value in it. And it's just like Louis Vuitton. If you don't find value, you won't go buy it. There are plenty of people who would never spend $1,000 on a purse, but there's plenty of people that would spend $1,000 on a pair of sheets. You know what I mean? I have a friend that loves really expensive designer sheets, and she'll spend as much money as she wants to on those. She would never buy a $1,000 purse, but she'll buy $1,000 sheets. It's all perception, it's all per value, and it's all your prerogative. So don't diminish somebody or make it sound like they're charging too much. No, you just don't find value in what I'm offering at that price, and that's okay. I'm not for everybody. There's somebody out there for everyone. I've always learned that. But I definitely feel like people try to diminish what we do. And for me, I make no apologies for what I charge. I know I'm worth every penny. I know how much it costs to run my business. And I know that at the end of the day, I don't have a husband at home. I don't have a significant other paying my bills. It is me, and I have all the bills, all the lights, all the water, all the electricity. And I'm going to make my business work, because a lot of times I feel like people discount their services. And I will say this to other hairstylists, this is a whole nother video topic, but in your community, you've got to stop making yourself so cheap. Not only are you hurting yourself, but you're hurting the other stylists who worked hard to build a reputation when you're constantly undercutting them, charging $35 and $25 for this and $50 for that. You should be charging and making what you're worth. And as well as the other stylists should not be having to be reprimanded because you charge less. Granted, I'm sure the work caliber is totally different, but I also know some stylists who just don't believe that people will pay that much, even though their work exceeds some of these people that are charging that much. So I really hope that through me talking about this, it enlightens some people on the process of all that goes on. People pay, I mean, the average cosmetology school nowadays is $23,000. If you're paying booth rent, I don't know anybody paying booth rent for less than at least $700 a month, if not more. That's the price of a mortgage. Then you have the supplies that you're buying, which easily, I mean, I know I spend anywhere from $2,000 to probably, I'd say, high months, $4,000 on products. That's a crap ton of money. Our professional prices are not that much of a discount. It's just we have a discount because we buy such a large volume of it. It doesn't mean that we get everything so freaking cheap that it's free, pretty much. That's not the case. We're buying it at a much more rapid rate than you. We're buying shampoos and conditioners at a much more rapid rate. Color, all of this stuff, it's very expensive. These classes, some of these classes are $1,000 alone. So by the time you get done all the investment as a hairstylist that you make to even perform the service, to make anything less than what you deserve is honestly disrespectful. And I've had people ask me to charge less. I've had people tell me that, oh, my price was ridiculous. And like I said, I really don't care. And like I explained to them, it's disrespectful for you to think that you can come in here and tell me my price. You don't go to Dillard's and tell them what you want to pay for an outfit. You don't go to Neiman Marcus and tell them what you want to pay for a pair of red bottoms. You gladly pay. You gladly spent $340 on that Gucci belt, didn't you? Plus tax. But then you want to come to the salon and get this 5-6 hour hair color service for $150 and not tip us and not even show the gratification of the work, the time, the dedication that we took in the extra mile to make sure that your hair came out the right way, or the exceptional service that you received that goes far beyond the appointment. I think that this is something that is a really bad misconception, and I think it comes with our social media day and age and how so many people live outside of their means, and people don't care whether they have the money or not. Nowadays, it's like, if I want it, I'm going to get it. You know, I love Ariana Grande, but it's like, you know, I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it. People have literally adapted that concept whether they have money to their name or not. It's like people won't pay their rent to come get their hair done. People will literally bypass bills, which I don't agree with, but at the end of the day, that's not my job to tell you how to run your finances. My job is to provide a service and to collect payment. So I've had people sit in my chair and tell me that they didn't pay their rent, but they were going to pay me to get their hair done. I think that's crazy, but at the end of the day, it's my job to provide a service. I'm not here to give you a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. But I do think that our society has allowed people to have this misconception that you can have whatever you want just to have a look and not pay the price. That's not the case. When you come into a salon, you need to feel value in your stylist. You need to pay what they're worth, and you need to get the service that you know, are proud to have and someone that you find value in. So although prices may seem outrageous for hair, it's an art form. It's a creative. And we pay a lot of money, just like plumbers, just like electricians, to do what we do. And we take pride in what we do. And if you were going to a good salon with a talented artist that invests in the atmosphere, that invests in their education, that invests in products, that invests in client development, then you should be paying the top dollar prices. You should be paying the outrageous prices because that is what they are worth. Because remember, what you are getting is not a necessity. It is a luxury. And just like how you fit red bottoms and how you fit Botox and how you fit liposuction into your budget, you can fit your hair service into your budget. I hope you guys like this explanation of this video. If you do, give it a comment and a like. Let me know what your thoughts are. And I appreciate you guys so, so much. And until the next time, be blessed. Love you guys.